Welcome to Grade 8 Second Quarter, A Journey to Earth Science. Isang pagbati sa iyo mag-aaral ng Baitang 8. Ang video na ito ay ginawa upang tulungan kang maunawaan ang iyong mga aralin sa agham o science. Maaaring nahihirapan ka dahil sa tinatawag na modular distance learning. Kaya naman, upang mas madali mong maunawaan ang ating aralin, ang medium sa pagtuturo na aking gagamitin ay pinaghalong English at Tagalog. Let's have a side teaching with me. I am Teacher M. Just so you know, this video lesson is based on PHEBOT 4A Learner's Material, Quarter 2, First Edition 2020, published by the Department of Education, Region 4A, Calabarzon. Pero bago ang lahat, ihanda muna ang iyong mga distance learning starter kit. Narito ang iyong dapat matutunan para sa Week 4. Most Essential Learning Competency. Explain how earthquake waves provide information about the interior of the Earth. Here are your learning tasks. Learning task number 1, Graphic Organizer Completion. Hands-on activity for learning task number 2, 3, and 4. Learning task number 5, Simulation Activity. And learning task number 6, Multiple Choice. Trivia time! When a fault suddenly moves on land, you get an earthquake. But if a fault suddenly moves in or near a body of water, you may get a tsunami in addition to earthquake. Sa madaling salita, kapag ang fault na nasa ilalim ng tubig o sa karagatan ay gumalaw, maaaring magkaroon ng tinatawag na tsunami. But remember, not every fault movement beneath the sea will produce a tsunami. Tandaan, hindi lahat ng paggalaw ng fault sa ilalim ng dagat ay makakalikha ng tsunami. The fault has to move in vertical sense kagaya na makikita nyo sa video. For today's lesson, we will talk about the Earth. May alam ka pa ba sa layers of the Earth? Alamin natin, sagutan mo ang pre-test. Can you identify the layers of the Earth? Let me read first the definition of each layer. Inner core. The solid part of the center of the Earth, it is made of iron and nickel. Crust. A solid layer of rock on the surface of the planet. The crust is what you and I live on and is by far the thinnest of the layers of the Earth. Outer core. Liquid, largely iron layer of the Earth that lies below the mantle. Mantle. Lies below the crust, a semi-liquid layer of magma or molten rock. Try to label it now! From the pretest, you have learned the layers of the Earth. But aren't you curious how scientists figure out what is inside the Earth? Upang malaman ang sagot sa tanong na ito, maaari mo bang hulaan kung ano ang salitang tinutukoy ng nasa larawan? Magaling! Seismic waves. Ano nga ba ang seismic waves? Seismic waves are waves of energy that travel through Earth's layers and are a result of earthquakes, volcanic eruptions, magma movement, and etc. Seismic waves na ito ay may tuturing na malakas na enerhiya dala ng paglindol na sanhi ng pagkasira ng maraming struktura. Dahil dito, lagi nating naiisip na panganib lamang ang dulot ng isang lindol. Ngunit lingid sa iyong kaalaman na ang lindol ay may maganda ding na idudulot. Dahil sa seismic waves na dala ng lindol, the scientists can figure out what is inside the Earth. How? Let's find out. As seismic waves travel through the body of the Earth, they behave in different ways, depending on what they encounter along the way. There are two types of seismic waves. Body waves refer to the vibration that travel through the interior of the Earth. Surface waves refer to the vibrations that travel at the surface of the Earth. Ano ang pinagkaiba ng body waves at surface waves? Panoorin natin ang pinagkaiba gamit ang mga video clips. Kung inyong mapapansin, maaring mag-penetrate ang body waves sa kaloob-looban ng Earth. Ngunit ang surface waves ay hindi, dahil ito ay nananatili lamang sa ibabaw ng Earth kapag nagkaroon ng malakas na paglindol. May dalawang uri ng body waves, ang tinatawag na P waves at S waves. Ganon din ang surface waves, may dalawang uri ito, ang log waves at ang Rayleigh waves. Again, there are two types of body waves, primary waves or the P waves and the secondary waves or the S waves. Primary waves, they travel fastest. Longitudinal waves that moves back and forth. It causes the ground to compress and expand. It can travel in both solid and liquid parts of the inner Earth. Secondary waves. Second fastest seismic wave. It is a transverse wave. Shake waves that move the ground up and down or from side to side. It can only travel in solid parts of the inner Earth. It cannot travel through air or liquids. Sinasabing pinakamabilis na seismic wave ang P waves. Pangalawa naman sa pinakamabilis ang S waves. Pansinin natin ang pagkakaiba ng paggalaw ng P waves sa S waves. Kung inyong mapapansin, back and forth o pabalik-balik ang paggalaw ng P waves, samantalang babataas naman ang paggalaw ng S waves. Panoorin ang paggalaw ng primary at secondary waves during an earthquake. Dahil sa napanood nyo, masasabi nyo talaga na mas mapaminsala ang S waves kesa sa P waves. Maaaring mag-travel ang P waves sa solid at liquid na bahagi ng inner Earth. Ang S waves naman ay sa solid lamang na bahagi ng Earth makakapag-travel. Did you know that seismic waves provide information about the interior of the Earth? As seismic waves travel deeper into the crust, they speed up. That means that at depth, the rocks are denser. In the upper mantle, the waves slow down. That means the rocks are partially molten. Ang paggalaw ng seismic waves ay depende sa mga bahagi na kanilang nadadaanan. Habang papunta ang seismic waves sa crust ng Earth, ay bumibilis ito sa kadahilanang gawa sa solid material ang crust. Sa ibabaw na bahagi naman ng mantle, bumabagal ang seismic waves dahil ito ay partially molten o bahagyang tunaw na bahagi ng Earth. Since S waves cannot travel through liquids, scientists concluded that the outer core must be liquid iron and nickel. At certain depths, the waves are reflected and refracted. That means the Earth must be layered. Napag-aralan natin na ang S waves ay ang seismic waves na hindi makadaan sa liquid na bahagi ng Earth. Dahil sa katangian ito ng S waves, nalaman ng mga dalubhasa na maaaring ang outer core ay gawa sa liquid. Sa inyong bidyong napapanood, ang P waves ay yung kulay violet na linya na nakakapag-penetrate sa lahat ng layers ng Earth dahil may katangian itong makadaloy sa solid, liquid at gas. Sa kabilang banda naman, ang S waves na nire-representa ng kulay green na linya ay hindi na makapag-penetrate sa outer core ng Earth dahil hindi nito kayang dumaloy sa liquid. Ang outer core ay sinasabing ang liquid part ng ating mundo. There are also two types of surface waves, log waves and Rayleigh waves. Surface waves, they travel only through solid media, slower moving than body wave. Log waves, named after Augustus H. Love who identified it. A horizontal transverse wave. Velocity is greater than Rayleigh waves. The most damaging type of surface wave. Rayleigh waves, named after British physicist Lord Rayleigh who mathematically demonstrated it. Called rolling waves. Similar how ocean waves propagate, it causes the ground to shake in elliptical pattern. Tingnan natin ang pagkakaiba ng paggalaw ng log waves at Rayleigh waves. Kung inyong mapapansin, maihalin tulad ang paggalaw ng log waves sa S waves. Ang pinagkaiba lang nila, pahalang ang paggalaw ng log waves. Ang Rayleigh waves naman ay maihahalin tulad sa pag-alon ng dagat. Tandaan, hindi nakakapag-penetrate ang surface waves sa interior ng Earth. Ito ay nananatili lamang sa ibabaw ng Earth tuwing may malakas na paglindol. Narito naman ang halimbawa ng love waves at Rayleigh waves kapag lumilindol. How we measure seismic waves. May tinatawag tayong seismogram. Ang seismogram is a record of the seismic waves from an earthquake. Ang seismometer naman or seismogram is the measuring instrument that creates the seismogram. On a seismogram from an earthquake, the P wave is the first signal to arrive, followed by the slower S wave, then the surface waves. The arrival times of the P and S waves at different seismographs are used to determine the location of the earthquake. Sa madaling salita, ang pinakamabilis na seismic wave ay ang P waves. Sinundan ng S wave at ang pinakamabagal ay ang surface waves. Ang mga seismic waves na nadedetect ng mga seismograph ang ginagamit upang malaman kung nasaan ang lokasyon ng isang lindol. Activity time! May natutunan ka ba? Buksan ang module sa page 19. Let's do the learning task number 1. Ngayong nalaman mo na ang iba't ibang uri ng seismic waves, for your learning task number 1, using the given organizer, write the necessary information to complete the concept about seismic waves. Do this in your answer sheet. Upang mas maisalarawan mo ang seismic wave, gawin natin ang inyong learning task number 2 sa page 20. Learning task number 2. Do or watch the activity and observe what will happen. Write your answers in your answer sheets. Narito ang mga materials na kailangan nyo: basin, water, at stone. Prepare a basin with half-filled water and stone. Drop a stone into the basin and observe what will happen. Observe the water. What can you notice? Guide questions. What happens when you drop the stone? Number 2. What causes the ripples to form? And number 3, how far does the ripple continue? Ang ripple sa paggalaw ng tubig na nakita nyo ay may halintulad sa paglindol. Ang bahagi ng tubig na mismong pinagbagsakan ng bato ay maaari nating maitulad sa focus ng lindol. Ang vibration sa tubig na inyong nakita ay kumakatawa naman sa seismic waves na dala ng paglindol. Another activity, let's have your learning task number 3 on page 20. Learning task number 3. Use a slinky wave in this activity and answer the given question. Maaari kayong gumamit ng hindi na ginagamit na notebook metal spring kung wala kayong available na slinky wave sa bahay. For the materials, you need a tape and a slinky wave. And for the procedure, number 1. Prepare a slinky and the masking tape. Number 2. Mark a spot on the slinky near the center with masking tape at the top of the loop. Number 3. Ask someone from your family to hold each end of the slinky. Stretch out the slinky along a table or ground. Take turn in compressing 15 coils and then releasing them rapidly while they hold the end of the slinky, making sure to observe the energy travel and the length of the slinky. Guide questions. Number 1. Describe your observation of the coil and tape. Number 2. What kind of seismic wave does the slinky motion represent? On page 20 to 21 of your science module, answer your learning task number 4. Learning task number 4. Read the instructions found on the next page, answer the questions, write your answers in your answer sheet. Material: 12-inch flexible plastic ruler. Procedure: hold the ruler horizontally at both ends. Bend the ruler. Do you feel the ends of the ruler pushing against your hands? Two. Now, release the ruler. What will happen to the ruler as you release it? Number 3. Now, hold one end of the ruler firmly with your right hand and bend the ruler again with your left hand. What was stored as you bent the ruler using your left hand? And number 4, while keeping a tight grip with your right hand, take away your left hand quickly. What will happen to the ruler as you take away your left hand quickly? Anong kinalaman ng activity sa ating aralin? Ang ruler ay kumakatawan sa mga bato o tectonic plates. Kapag labis na ang puwersang tumutulak sa mga ito, gagalaw ang mga ito na nagre-resulta sa malakas na pagyanig, na dala ng seismic waves ng lindol. Sa page 21 naman ng inyong module, gawin natin ang learning task number 5. Learning task number 5. Create a wave box that demonstrates how earthquake waves can travel through a variety of materials as they travel away from the focus of an earthquake where the rocks first rupture. Napag-aralan natin na ang malakas na paglindol ay naglalabas ng P-waves at S-waves. Ayon sa ating napag-aralan, ang P-waves maging ang S-waves ay dumadaloy sa mga solid na material. Let's have the simple science experiment that demonstrate how these waves travel. For the materials, you need a box, string or yarn, push pins, nails, and paper clips. Procedures: 1. Remove one side of a cardboard box. 2. Punch a hole in the top and bottom of the box using the push pin and nail. 3. Tie a string so it runs from the top of the box to the bottom of the box. 4. Start by tying a string to a paper clip on the outside of the box at the top. 5. Thread the string through the bottom of the box and tie the string to a paper clip on the bottom of the box. 6. Place 4 or 5 paper clips on the string inside the box. Seven. Place the box on the table or some other object you can strike to make it vibrate. 8. Strike the table hard enough to cause energy waves to travel through it to the box. 9. Move your box to another surface and see if you can make the paper clips vibrate on these surfaces. Change the experiment by using a different thickness of strings or by using different sizes of paper clips. Guide questions. What will happen to the paper clips if you have struck the table hard enough? Why does vibrations create sound? Narito ang inyong criteria for simulation para sa learning task number 5. Maaari nyo na itong gawin sa inyong mga bahay. Magpatulong sa nakakatanda kung kinakailangan. Here is your last activity found on page 22. Finally, your last activity, learning task number 6. Choose the letter of the best answer and write your answer on a separate sheet of paper. Question number 1. Which layer of the earth contains rocks that are moving slowly but continuously? A. Crust, B. Mantle, C. Inner core, or D. Outer core? What happens to the P waves when they are approaching the molten part of the Earth's interior? A. Becomes slower, B. Remains the same, C. They disappear, D. The velocity increases. What do you call the region on Earth's surface where a violent earthquake is felt? A. Crust, B. Epicenter, C. Focus, D. Plate tectonic. Which of the following seismic waves is detected first by the seismograph? A. L waves, B. P waves, C. R waves, or D. S waves? Which government agency in the Philippines monitors the earthquake? A. DOST, B. DENR, C. NDRRMC, or D. PBOX? Which part of the earth is said to be solid? A. Crust, B. Mantle, C. Inner core, or D. Outer core? Let's check your answers. Great job! What you've got? Here is your post-test. Remember, seismic waves provide information about the interior of the Earth. There are two main types of seismic waves, body waves and surface waves. Body waves refer to the vibration that travel through the interior of the Earth, while surface waves travel at the surface of the Earth. Thank you for watching!